Hey everyone, and welcome to Rocks Fall, the video edition. In addition to the podcasts that I put out really just whenever I have time, I've amassed, a bit of a collection. So I wanted to share with y'all some of the fun stuff that's in my collection. And today, this is actually my most recent acquisition. It is the 2007 Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition player's kit. Still in shrink, and it's the special edition one that was only in a few bookstores that came with a free booster pack of miniatures that they were really pushing at the time. So yeah, this is really cool. This is actually the very first D&D item that I ever owned. Like I said, it came out in 2007. I was a teenager. I'd never played Dungeons and Dragons before, and I saw this on the shelf of Borders Books and Music, which doesn't exist anymore. But grabbed it, had the miniatures, played the game, immediately fell in love with it. Having a player's kit, which gave you pretty much everything you need. It's got minis, it's got a book, it's got dice, all that stuff, character sheets. It's even got a little mini adventure. It was really smart for Wizards of the Coast to put that out, to really push the new 3.5 edition. This is a follow-up to the basic game box that I believe came out in 2006. And it's really cool. So, let's check it out. So, part of the reason why I enjoy this so much is because of this player's handbook. It is the only full-size softcover player's handbook that D&D's ever put out in America, in the United States. And, it's just really cool. This is the only place you can find it. Reseller market, it sells for pretty high. Same with these minis, particularly if they're still in the box, like these ones are. All this stuff is just kind of gold. And I'm really excited that I was able to find one still in shrink too. And spoiler alert, I'm gonna unwrap it here for y'all so you can see what's inside of it. Plus I want to find out what's in here. Because mine was completely destroyed. It's over the years, it's just been gone. I stupidly cut out the character sheet template in here and was making copies of it and stuff like that. I was a really dumb teenager, was not thinking ahead. Yeah, so I guess let's just jump into it. This is breaking several rules, I think, of the collector in me. There you can see some of the boxes a little dinged up, but you can see some of the items that come in here. I like the Adventuring Wizard, very specific. Also here, there's a Lizard Folk that's also part Mind Flayer, which is really cool. I didn't remember that being a thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, Okay, so the kit itself is in shrink as well. I didn't realize that. Good to know. All right, but yeah, like I said, the box is pretty dinged up. Let's see what's in this thing. Glue is very old. No surprise, I guess. All right, so there's 8 miniatures in here. Let's see what we got. We have, first up, a funny little goblin dude. It is the Mongrel Folk. Ooh, not a fan of that name. But it looks like a little goblin guy. He's got a club and a shield. Looks very vicious. Let's see what else. Oh, he's a much bigger guy. Holy cow. This is an ogre zombie. That's cool. He's got his club. Looks like his mouth's so much teeth. Now the detail on these guys, they are very rough. They're not the best. Keep in mind that a lot of these miniatures are, we're looking at 15, 16 years old at this point. This was back when D&D first really started pushing these pre-painted plastic miniatures. So they all come from molds. You know, not the greatest quality, but they were still super cool to teenage Devin. Looks like we got some sort of elven archer. It is the elf warrior. Super cool. The detail there is really cool on the cape. Love it. Oh, and here's everybody's cards. Okay. So back in the day, these would all come with stat cards. And I think there was an additional game you could play with the cards, but I can't remember. Oh, there's some sort of creepy spider thing. It's a Mad Slasher. Check that guy out. Super gross. And here's more Beast Folk stuff. It's called a Mountain Orc. He's only got one eye. He's like a Cyclops. A lot going on with this guy too. Oh, is this a werebear? It's called a Celestial Black Bear. That's awesome. Look at him. It's all gold and stuff. Okay, we got two more. Just a little person. Looks like with a hand axe and a cool cape. This is a cleric of Garl Glittergold. Don't know who that is, but there is a small, maybe a halfling sort of person. And then the last one is some sort of weird dog. A Destracan. Very cool. All right, so now on to the kit itself. Let's bust this thing open. Oh, it's got some corner damage here. Gross. All right, here we go. Oh, so cool. Well, made in the UK. That's interesting. So these dice are pretty cool. They're kind of reminiscent of the Gemini dice from Chessex. I know my lighting's not the best here, but you can see definitely multicolors. It's got some little veins of color in each of the die. Love it. So then in here, you got a big list of everything that comes in here. This is essentially the list that's on the back. But you have these cool little mini handbooks, business reply mail. I remember when we used to do stuff through the mail. That was fun. All right, so you have these three little guides. You have quick start character creation, quick start game rules, and then you have a solo adventure, which I'm not super. I usually don't get super pumped about solo adventures, and this one isn't anything to write home about. If I remember correctly, it's just you just adventuring through a forest, and you have to fight some spiders and then a troglodyte. It's only, I mean, it's 8 pages long. So it really is just a tutorial. As you see through here, I mean, it essentially, you have several points. It's a choose your own adventure. You have stuff here that happens if you roll certain types. It more or less is just like a tutorial. So it just tells you how to do things, when you should do them, stuff like that. So it just gives you some familiarity with the basics of the game. Same with these quick start game rules, which leads me to this right here, which is really the gem, like I was saying earlier, of this collection. It's so minty. I love it so much. So this is the entire player's handbook, the entire basic player's handbook, which is really something that you don't see at all anymore with 5th edition or even 4th edition. you just get the whole book. And granted, I know that you need the monster manual and the Dungeon Master's Guide and stuff like that to really round out your set. But it was really unprecedented at the time to get an entire one of the core 3 books here, and it's super cool. It's in the paperback form. In the past, when TSR was still running things over for D&D, I believe the British versions of a lot of the books came in paperback as well. If you ever spot one of those, grab it, because they're super hard to find. But as far as the North American releases go, I believe this is the only paperback version of any Player's Handbook or any of the core books ever released. And it's super cool, yeah. So in addition to that, you have, and I said earlier, like I had torn out the the template in the back of the Player's Handbook, because there's your character sheet template. It's a couple of pages, because 3.5 edition was crazy with the skills and all that stuff. But you get one that you can just like make copies of, but stupid me immediately filled this out with a pen or some shit like that, and then was like, oh well, I'm 17, I don't know how to do any of this stuff, so I just ripped the pages out of the back of the book. Fun stuff. Anyway, yeah, so here is everything. I mean, this is the player's kit. This is what you got back in 2007. And here's Ptolemy. Hi, Ptolemy. So let me know what you think. If you think I'm stupid for opening this, let me know. Because it's really, like I said, the collector in me is freaking out a little bit for me opening this. But you can't take it with you. So enjoy it while it's on your shelves, everybody. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe if you like it. Want me to keep doing stuff. I'm going to show some things from my collection, because I have some interesting stuff, or I feel I have some interesting stuff. And I think that other folks might be interested to see what is in my collection. And Ptolemy's taking the dice. Yeah, so like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And let me see if there's anything specific that, let me know if there's anything specific that you want shown on these channels. And I'll see if I can, if I don't have it already, I'll see if I can find it and we can talk about it. Cool. Have a good one, everybody.